Kilpailussa mukana Ramirent. Kotikatsomon eväät tarjoaa Kotipizza.
Hello and welcome to the Round 2 Back 9 here at the second stop of the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour in Tampere, Finland. This coverage is brought to you by Natural Born Disc Golfer. Thank you guys for sharing it here with us at Gatekeeper Media. And this commentary is brought to you by Parked Podcast. My name is Mitch Phillips. Joining me is my best friend and co-host Hayden Riccard. Talk to me about the front nine here at Round 2.
It wasn't as clean as we've seen before, but I mean, to have Henna and Eveliina go back and forth.
Yeah, swapping the lead
is awesome.
Yeah, it's what we've come to expect.
Yes.
But moving down the leaderboard here, you know, in your spots 3 through 10, I mean, they're
not far apart.
Yeah, they're very, very close. And it makes me think of, like, you and I are both big Formula One fans, is sometimes you have these 2-3 teams battling at the top. Then you have this big gap.
Middle of the pack.
Then it's this middle of the pack battle, and then even more, it's more battles. And so it's exciting to watch. You know, you see your favorite players maybe not pushing for the win, but still battling for that podium finish.
Yeah, I agree.
It's exciting.
And battling is getting out of this hallway on hole 10.
What a transition. That was good.
Par 4, 653 feet. I mean, what a hole. Just trying to get out. Going to see the sky shots over the top of the trees, a couple of those, maybe the mid turnovers, trying to get out and just lay it up into
it brings
a decent
creativity
area.
Going over the top. Henna, over the top is a very
understable. You'll see Henna and probably
disc.
Eveliina do this.
This is maximum time aloft here. Leaking left, but may be in a good spot if she's far enough forward.
She's past the gap, which is what you want.
Here's the more normal shape here. If this can turn enough, I think it caught early
branch.
Here's Anna-Sofia going over the top.
This looks a little bit cleaner and will end up in the fairway. Maybe not.
Oh, and we
still there. I mean, on the edge.
Gets a good kick left. Eveliina did go over the top in round 1. Gonna see the
she's
same.
Definitely going to go over top.
Yeah, and if this can, I think it stalls out.
Is the wind blowing a little bit more?
Maybe that right to left. Once you show the bottom of the disc, it's really starting to push, and that's going to be a very difficult spot there for Eveliina. I would expect maybe a forehand roller.
I'm surprised to not see a run up here.
She may not need the distance depending on how she's deciding to play the hole.
True.
You know, maybe she knows, hey, if I'm 10, 15 feet further, it doesn't really make a difference. But if I slow my run up down or not have a run up at all.
She doesn't have to worry about the OB.
Right, you're in a better spot.
Yeah.
And Eveliina just looking to go over the top of everything.
She's in the fairway.
That is a perfect, near perfect tombstone.
I was going to correct you if you said land shark.
I know. We did ask a question. I did a poll on our Instagram the other day, and
that was an early branch.
Oh,
get a kick.
It's actually a good second kick to not have her have to find a weird footing. But yeah, I did a poll on Instagram the other day at Parked Podcast, and 80% of people did say that they call it a tombstone. So 20%, I stand with you, land shark crew. Maybe we need to make a shirt.
Oh no!
Oh, and she catches.
From Anna. It's unfortunate.
See if Anna-Sofia can correct off this. Now having to go to the forehand. First look at her forehand we've seen. Maybe a touch too understable. And you're hoping that she kicked on the good side, because if not, there is going to be...
You just have to pitch out.
You're throwing through a gate. I mean, or a fence, sorry. Not a gate. Opposite of a gate.
I think going to standstill there is just a little bit off-kiltered on like where your weight shift is, so it's not allowing you to make that full Anheuser turn.
Yeah, and this looks long.
I mean, it's pin high.
Yeah.
It's where she was last round, or first round. So nothing wrong with that at all. It looks like she kicked down.
Yeah, just trying to put it close. And not as close as maybe she wanted to. And Anni definitely does stay on the good side, but having to go to a weird approach, but puts it close anyway. Yeah, this is one of my favorite holes in the course. Just I love the dog leg at the end of this par 4, the out of bounds, and it demands really
a little bit
great
different
shots.
instead of just putting it in the straight fairway, because then you can throw a straight shot at it.
Right. And it lets you have highlight putts like this. If you leak, too straight, you have a chance of still hitting a long putt.
Yep.
It
Ooh.
stays clean. We haven't seen anyone find that water yet.
No, we have not.
That's a good 5. This hole playing definitely over 4.
It is. It is playing a full stroke, almost 2 strokes over par.
Wow. As Anna-Sofia unfortunately finds the triple bogey.
And Henna getting the par. That's huge.
Picking up another stroke on Eveliina. Let's move to hole 11, par 3, 387 feet. It's right there. You can see it straight uphill, down the beautiful wood chips. Death on both sides, just nice and difficult. And
It's not just right there, though.
It's not. It's slightly uphill, and if you, the thing with this hole is it demands a full driver or a fairway driver speed to climb the slight uphill and carry as far as you need to. But that also brings in, if you hit a tree, you're kicking really far. Unless you just pure the absolute heck out of it. It's phenomenal. That's the best drive we've seen so far.
Yeah.
So good.
And that's the natural fate of that disc at the end there.
You'll see a lot of, if you do make the distance,
yes,
you'll land in that muck on the left side, but and just
that was looking clean.
Holding our breaths.
That was looking clean, but hey, it's still on the edge of the fairway, so hopefully she'll have a look. And this
can flex out.
Amazing.
Even closer, being truly pin high. I mean, that's why you're a top player in the world.
Oh no.
Kicking early. Yep, and as I said in the previous, that wider rim disc hits a tree and will kick so much further because of the glide, because of the speed, and having just to pitch out to the middle. And there's a lot of distance
left.
And
it's not, I was going to say, it's not easy from there. We're still looking at probably 300.
Yep. And it's a weird footing with this wood chips. You never really can trust it. Having now to go to a forehand. Roller, it looks like. Oh, and catching early.
Oof.
And you can see the difficulty. I mean, 2 of our players making it pin high into the circle, and then you have our other 2 players having to go full scramble. We even saw in round 1 someone slip and fall into the water.
Yes,
we
did.
It's just, this hole
it's dangerous.
Yeah. And Anna-Sofia having to pull out truly every type of scramble shot, forehand roller, patent pending Anheuser. I mean, doing it all. Finally getting onto the green here.
Anni really wanting that one to go in or get a little bit better bid, leaking a little bit left. Oh, that looks so solid out of her hand.
She thought it, we thought it. So close. Eveliina for birdie.
And does the same thing.
Both low. They match each other off the drive, which is a great thing. But matching each other on the missed putt, so unfortunate. It would have been incredible to see 2 birdies there. Yeah, as Anna-Sofia gets to stop the bleeding. And just the solo bogey there for Anni. And we'll see pars for Henna and Eveliina. Would have been incredible to see 2 birdies.
That would have been awesome. I think that was the only 2 you'd probably see on the day.
Even having a look for it there is phenomenal.
Yes. On to hole 12. Another wood chip hole, like Mitch likes to say. Par 3, 433 feet. Dogleg right the whole way down the fairway. And this is the demanding shot to get the height, to get the distance.
Yeah, and I think you say dog leg, and off the tee, it really does look like it's a sharp turn right. Like it's
not
a right angle, but it's kind of like it's more of a dog elbow. It's like that's the back leg of a dog, just that nice slow turn.
And look at this.
Oh, wow. Not only making the catch cam turn, but also have to zoom in. That is checking both boxes of a phenomenal drive.
And like I said, the height is a requirement here. This looks good as well.
Wow.
They're just literally playing match play right now.
It's so fun to watch. I mean, you can tell they play together often, similar style games, but the absolute battle. It's so fun to watch. A little bit lower line here from Anni.
Nothing wrong with
Still,
that at all.
3 great drives so far. Gotta be a little more pinched off on the right.
Yeah. I mean, they're all down the fairway.
That is 4 of the best drives you're going to see on 12.
Probably gonna have to go a little high, step out.
Probably the same disc you threw off the tee, honestly. Just a little bit too straight. It's hard to get that to turn immediately in that patent pending stance without kind of falling forwards. You're kind of pulling across your body. Your natural motion is going to want to push straight instead of turning right.
And Anna just going with the forehand that catches the first
and
trees.
maybe the backhand would have opened that line up just a little bit more, but realizing that par is strokes on a lot of the field. Eveliina laying up there. Again.
You see the frustration there, hitting another tree.
Staying calm, keeping it collected. A lot of respect here for Anna-Sofia.
Punch through.
Again, catching.
It's a brutal course.
Yeah.
If you're off the fairway, again, it just can eat you alive.
So we finally get to Blomroos drive. Giving it the right height. Oh, and just low for the only birdie probably of the tournament on 12.
And Anna just putting it close to stop the bleeding.
So tough.
Another pars.
Yep. Be the bogey here for Mäkelä. An unfortunate triple bogey again here on 12 for Anna-Sofia. Moving on to hole 13, par 5, 820 feet. This hole has it all. A couple different ways to attack the drive. Be a fairway driver, try to make the corner, or a mid-range, try to just make it to it. Then the second shot, you're going to disc down to a mid-range, maybe a putter, to set yourself up with great footing to be able to attack this raised green. You'll see a lot of players leak left on the approach of the green. It is a little bit more open, and the rollaway isn't as significant if you're on the left side of the green. But so many shots before you can even think about that, as this is a full commit.
This is... I have no words.
Let's go to the Coty Pizza slow-mo.
I think out of the hand, I knew this was going far.
Yeah, this was a just incredible
and you can
commit.
see how smooth her form was.
It's almost exactly like we're watching Eveliina's drive from round 1.
Yes.
This is perfect. I mean, you cannot throw this tee shot any better than that unless that were to stand up and then roll, which is physically not going to happen, but that is beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Eveliina to match. Maybe a little bit more turn.
Just a little bit too much.
That's a good roll. Puts her a little bit further away.
Is. It'll have better footing over there, possibly.
Yeah, and she'll be able to kind of leak a little bit more.
Oh, ooh, get through.
It does.
And gets a kiss off the tree.
Gonna be pinched off on the left side there,
but still to be forward off that fairway and not left or right.
Let's see if Anna-Sofia can right the ship here. Sneak through. Early again.
Course said no. Not all of you can.
Smart play.
Smart play.
Yeah.
Super smart. That's all you can do.
Yeah, I know it's a par 5. It's a very difficult par 5.
Oh, she doesn't want to hit the trees like she did last time.
I like this. Going higher. Giving that disc room to work. This is a phenomenal shot.
Yes, this is great. Great shot.
Good recovery there.
Good position to attack the next corner.
As Anni, you find yourself with, again, we've said it before, just good footing. It's all you're trying to do here. As Eveliina nearly falls over.
She may have known it.
Yeah, maybe needed to reset there a little bit, but may have been as best as she could find there as we get to Henna's perfect drive. Going a little higher, trying to bite off more maybe. Amazing. Disking down to that putter, using the glide, using the minimal movement when it hits the ground. That's such a good second shot.
I think she was trying to cut off the distance and just hits a tree a little early.
And similar result there for
Another
Anna-Sofia.
great kick out.
Yeah, and this hole, if you try to bite off too much, it's so demanding of where you can push further.
It's the landing zones.
You have to play to them. If you, there's not really a way around it. You can't say, "Oh, I'm going to spike over the top."
Nope.
"Oh, I'm going to throw a skip shot." There's really not one.
No, you just pick a landing zone that's going to put you in setup in a great position to attack the next part of the hole, and that's where you got to play at.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you look at, just looking at the scorecard of like par 5, 820 feet. Okay, cool. Throw, two shots at 400 feet. You're inside the circle.
No,
I mean, you're not throwing a shot that's more than 280, 320 feet.
Exactly.
Because you can't. The way that it's shaped here. This looks perfect from Eveliina, though. If it can
Maybe
carry
a
forwards.
little long. No, right. Just
maybe even hitting
Yep,
the bottom of the cage there.
I can't see, but I think that just went on the other side of the hill.
This is Eveliina to approach the green. This is her third shot. Why not just skip in for eagle?
That's a little long.
Did it stick?
Did that sit? I think that's set just below him. Nope.
No, okay, it did kick a little bit further.
Still.
Yeah, I mean, to have a look for birdie there, I would expect her to lay up knowing that a par is strokes on a lot of people, and she's got a clean back nine so far.
Hey, sat right there at the mound.
Yep. And that's the kind of 15-foot, 20-foot range. Yeah, and that's the mistake. You can go a little bit long, and that's going to find its circle's edge. I'm surprised those little trees are still standing with how many shots leak long there. Oh, and she does go for the birdie.
Wow.
Thank the Lord that tree is there. I mean, that would have rolled so far away. Sit. Just low for Anna-Sofia. Really weird.
It's
Like
weird
that mound
up to down
there.
putt.
Yeah. Not a normal stroke for any player.
Oh.
Last chain saves the par.
Saves the, yeah. Oh.
Match play continues. Still with a 2-stroke lead over Eveliina.
Still a good amount of holes left.
Mm-hmm. And that'll be a triple bogey. Unfortunate for Anna-Sofia, and the double for Anni.
round 2, hole 14, par 5, 935 feet, almost 1,000-foot hole. Definitely want to be left of this pond here. Saw Eveliina go into it earlier in the round 1. Set up your next shot to approach right about here where the drone's just passing, and then approach the green.
And that's if you play it perfectly.
That's if it's perfect. But this course is nothing but gives you trouble on every hole, so usually it's not perfect.
Yeah, and this tee pad, being that it is to the right, it shapes this tee shot to be more of a stand up and fade. If this can fade, this is going to be perfect. Oh my goodness, that is
She's playing these holes
incredible shot from Henna.
so well.
Yeah, her tee shots are on point.
And you can see the red arrow there being the Mando.
This needs to fade back. I think this is a different disc from round 1, so a little bit more stable finish. That's perfect as well.
Yeah, didn't skip up and go in the pond. It's definitely the key here.
Yeah, and Henna being a little bit further left kind of opens up that second shot into that fairway, not having to throw as much of an angle. This needs to stay straight for a long time before it fades.
Get a kick out.
It didn't get kicked too deep in. Let's see if Anna-Sofia can correct.
This looks good.
Those trees actually helped her, I think. I think that was going to turn a lot more and just keep going. Having to pitch out.
Sometimes that's all you can do. And this is a tough shot from being back here.
You're going with the backhand, too. Needing that to hold.
Oh, brutal kick.
Catching the base of the tree. It is casual over there, so if she doesn't have footing, she will come back.
And like you said earlier, using that higher speed disc will get you, and a wider rim disc will get you a worse kick off those trees. See if you see one of those Sky Anheisers.
Going the inside here, maybe a little bit too much turn.
I mean, still safe. Far down the fairway. She'll maybe have a forehand look there.
Yeah, it's going to be pinched, but... And even after such a good drive, having to go to the patent pending to get the shot that she wants. Oh, and that low-hanging branch right in front of her just forced her to change the angle.
And Anni just getting as far as she can down the fairway.
Henna having to go to another standstill. Yeah, going to a standstill at any point on a par 5 is not what you're expecting. At the little bit of a kiss, though, my goodness.
She hit a gap that she was looking at that rarely probably ever is open over there.
Yeah. Going to the forehand. Good placement shot. Really good shot. Setting herself up to approach the green.
Almost makes it the whole way. Is Eveliina.
Yeah, as Anni sneaks through
We
into
pin
that
high.
circle too. Yeah, she'll be pin high, but it's a long putt.
Yeah, definitely a long putt.
It's almost a throw from that distance. Disking all the way down to the putter, trying to find maximum glide here, giving it the height to just work. What touch that is. Knowing that disc, knowing the apex you're shooting for and letting it just glide. Thing of beauty.
Can you just teach me that?
Great approach there from Anna-Sofia.
And Eveliina having to go forehand out.
Yeah, then
just jump
just
putting
laying
it
up.
close. Tap in.
Great putt there. First par on the back 9 here for Anna-Sofia.
Gotta feel good.
Yeah, if she can par out here, she's going to feel comfortable. But there's still a lot of difficulty left. Eveliina getting the par.
And Henna matching and getting a par as well. And the unfortunate double bogey from Anni.
Yeah, and this hole playing, I would assume, a stroke, if not a stroke and a half over par.
Almost a stroke and a half over par.
Yeah.
6.25.
Gosh, they have a hole averaging 6. Insane. On to another difficult par 4, 564 feet, shortest par 4 of the course, but not without difficulty. You're going to navigate this first gap on a hyzer angle for the right-handed player. Maybe a mid-range fairway driver, but not skipping too far as this is a blind green. You definitely want to be able to approach that little right to left shaping shot. There is a backdoor if you want to throw the forehand, or maybe a turnover into it if you are far enough down the fairway, but really the hyzer into those wood chips are going to be what you're looking for.
And the mistake here is going early. The distance.
Yeah, it's rare to see it go long, and unless you maybe kick something, just because you are throwing a more overstable disc.
Yep. This looks really good from Eveliina. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have a straight approach to the
really
basket.
The furthest that you possibly can go with the shape of that hole is going to be to those 2 evergreens.
Yep.
So being in that same, distance is really good. This is the mistake, but gets a good kick.
Yeah, that gets a great kick forward.
The card even, everyone a little bit surprised that did work out.
I mean,
Getting
still
forward
not
kick.
bad.
Yeah. Checking the reach back.
That is super close.
Yeah, we did see one of our players in round 1 hit a hand on a tree in a reach back, and it's
Never want to do that.
No, and I mean, once you're off the fairway here, the reason why it's called the fairway is because it's not brutal.
That might have and it got a little bit of roll towards the basket.
I like that play though. If you're pinched off on the right side, knowing that there is a back door, that's knowing the course, knowing the green, and putting yourself in position for a simple par instead of trying to flex something really weird. Probably a similar result here. Oh,
getting caught up. Barely. It's Henna.
Mid circle 2. Going the right side, trying to hyzer in. Just a bit short. So you're going to find that back door with maybe a jump putt.
And Eveliina with the cleanest look.
Yep. Is able to go with the correct things. This might be
a little long. No.
No, that's perfect.
Inside circle 1. That is perfect. That should be a birdie for her.
Let's go to Henna's look for birdie. That's a long putt.
That's a hard one. Step out putt. That is hard. Oh, go in.
Yes!
Finally!
Anna-Sofia, the birdie. Let's go to the Coti Pizza slow-mo.
A distance putt that goes in.
Nose up the whole way. Using the legs to jump forwards. Perfect putt there from Anna-Sofia Haipus.
Great birdie. Oh, we almost had...
Oh, would have been
that was for par.
That was for par. That was insane.
Oh, that was so awesome.
And Eveliina for birdie here to get a stroke back.
To see 2 birdies on this hole is fantastic.
Anna-Sofia's birdie was incredible. She showed a great putt on the front 9.
Yes.
Just the ability she has to use her legs to get enough momentum. But to be on a straddle putt and have the ability to get that right foot and jump forwards on it, I mean, what a freaking putt.
Yeah. Hole 16, par 4, 784 feet. Going to want to land on the left side of where the drone was. Land about 100 feet before that gap, and then you have one tree left to miss before you hit the green. It's going to be a full flex shot here, trying to get as much distance as you can, but you want to be more of on that left side. And Eveliina does not like this out of the hand.
Gets a great kick straight, though.
Yes,
that could have been a whole lot worse. And the error is going to be if you push too far straight and not have the ability to get around the corner.
This looks good. A little bit left. Don't know if it came
straight
down. It's hard to tell.
Mm-hmm. And Henna looking like she shorted her last step. Kind of an interesting
Still in the
pull.
fairway, though.
Yeah, she gets a good kick, but maybe thinking about the edge of that tee pad and shorten that last step. Different run up. Really smooth. Gonna be short.
Bit too much of a hyzer disc. Overstable disc.
Yeah, when you leak left right there, really the only play you have next is to
hyzer.
get to the corner.
Yep.
Yeah, it's to throw that kind of spike shape. But Henna being far enough right where she can go up the gap.
Wow.
It's a great shot. Still a lot of hole left, but bringing par back onto the table.
Yeah, being on this left side here, a little pinched. So mainly just trying to hit the corner. It needed to get left, and oh my gosh, they go so far deep into those trees.
Yeah, those trees might be very thin, but there's so many in such a small area. Very difficult to get a disc through, as we see Anna-Sofia go all the way over the top, try to spike it down in the middle of the fairway. Maybe a bit long for her as well.
And Eveliina getting lucky off that kick, and see how far down she can push, and holy smokes. That's going to be a look for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And Anna lining up her shot here.
Leave a mid-range in the hand, so just kind of going for placement. Or
That
just
tree helped her a lot.
pin high.
That was going places if that tree was not there.
And there's a lot of trees here. Yeah, just very
Just
smart
pitch up.
play. Mm-hmm. Going to the standstill here, knowing it's downhill, able to control the speed. That's a great shot from
That
there.
was looking fantastic.
I love watching these players go to the standstill and knowing they
happens a
still
lot
have
here.
the distance. Yeah. It's something that a lot of players feel like I always have to run up. Maybe it's this slow run up. Maybe it's, I move my feet a little slower, but then your timing gets off.
Mhm.
Like, stick with the standstill, do a reach back, feel confident in it. And these players put it on display so well.
Yeah, they do. And Henna, was that like a half bid?
Yeah, I think she realized it. It's that downhill is maybe a little bit more than it looks to us here on camera. But interesting to see her go to the straddle there too. Not normally a straddle putter.
Oh, I wanted another one.
Mm-hmm.
Eveliina for par. Yeah.
Yep, she does get the par there. It's been a clean back nine since hole 10 for Eveliina.
And the double bogey for Anni. Bogey.
And the
for
first
Henna.
bogey of the back nine for Blomroos. And we're tied going into hole 17.
Always back and forth.
Mhm.
Back and forth.
Moving on to hole 17, par 4, 630 feet. A lot of things need to check off to complete this hole. Getting through this gap is one of them. If you make it through there, it is then throwing a turnover shot, usually with a fairway driver, trying to work all the way up this hill and go to the right. But don't push too far because there is a drop-off green that is just asking for back and forth putts that can roll away and roll away and roll away. But getting out of this gap is the first task as Eveliina throws a perfect forehand. And even
Made the
forehand
correction.
there, right, such a good correction, but you'll see some of the players here go to a backhand because getting that, maybe 30, 40 feet more to the right doesn't really give you that much. Like getting straight out of the gap with a backhand is not a bad thing, as Anna-Sofia just unfortunately
It's very
hitting
common
so
to see
early.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And Henna going right, and then I think it got a kick left.
Yeah, not really sure where they ended up. We'll see, but it did carry a little bit further. I like this play. Very
Yes, I
understable
do.
mid-range. Put it straight on the middle. That's all you need to do.
Yep, just get out the gap.
And like we said,
However you want to do it to get out of the gap, just get out of the gap.
Right. Still needing to do that as Anna-Sofia just trying to get out the gap. And from where she's at, she can't
can't.
even do that. So unfortunate. Very understable disc here, trying to just turn the whole way. That's a phenomenal shot.
Oh my gosh.
But at what cost? I mean, it puts her
I
left
don't-
side
I
with
don't
maybe
know,
not some
but-
great footing.
To be inside that fairway and then do that?
Yeah. With a very high-speed disc.
Don't know where Henna went, but I think she tried to
Forehand
do
roller coming out. Oh, this needs to turn
too
right.
much turn. I think that's still safe over there, but might not be much of a look.
Yeah, and keep in mind we still haven't gotten to Eveliina's drive.
Nope, have not.
And this is the shot shape that is just so rare to see, but it's so beautiful. This uphill, slowly panning right.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. Let's see how Eveliina can attack it. This is a shot that she throws really well.
Too much turn?
Yep, just a bit too much. It's going to be okay, though. Being par 4, she still can lay up and get a par from there.
And having to do a patent pending turning shot. Straight. It's going to leak left.
Yeah, it's going to finish on the left side of the fairway there, being that it's an overstable disc. See if Anna-Sofia can correct the forehand here. She turned the other one just a little bit too much. So tough from that spot.
And this footing is not great on this hillside. It falls on the downhill side of that slope to the green. And that one too.
Catching it perfectly to
Oh
roll.
my.
What? It's like dropping into a ramp. Just so unlucky.
Just sped it up.
Yeah. Kind of Sonic the Hedgehog.
That one too.
Yeah,
In
it's
that
that
little
that
goalie.
Yeah, the little pocket just kind of wants to catch and roll out. As Henna puts it close. From circle's edge there, you can see the blue stripe at Eveliina's feet. Having to go to the left side of this. Low-hanging branches to navigate as well.
Does that? Oh,
Okay,
I
it does
thought,
sit.
I thought that rolled.
I was like,
on the
we've
other
seen
side.
it. We've seen it happen time and time again.
Good putt.
What a par there from Anni.
Oh,
Just high for Anna-Sofia. And
Oh no.
this basket placement it brings so just much frustration and difficulty on the screen. Good comeback.
And the
unfortunate double bogey.
It's 2 strokes. I mean,
it's just 2 strokes back and forth, back and forth.
She's playing up and down, up and down.
Mm-hmm. We'll come back to a 1-stroke going into
hole 18.
Hole 18.
Hole 18, par 3, 351 feet. Gonna see the players with a mid-range, maybe a slight fairway, trying to get the distance all the way there. Big mound play, but the disc is always gonna fade left, so you gotta worry about that. And look at the wind when you're out there. It might be picked up just a little bit. See Anni with a fairway, and it's gonna leak into that side hill.
Yeah, the correction is to give it height.
Yep.
But the thing is, because of how high this basket placement is, you give something height,
it's almost as level.
It fades
already.
Right.
And you can see here Eveliina making the correction, but a little bit too much turn maybe?
Yeah, gonna lead. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's the first shot we've seen on that right side,
Yes,
but
it is.
if you're not on that second level, you're really not in a position to run it.
No, you're gonna be laying it up for the par.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's going left as well.
It's gonna go left. It's the most common spot for shots to land here. When that wind picks up too, it's just hard to judge the height.
Yes, it is.
At 351 feet as well. I mean, most of these shots are reaching that distance of the pin, and that's about when they're fading. Catching a late tree here.
That was pretty good to kick out of that tree without an issue, not to be so far back. Just trying to put it close. Oh no.
Sit. Don't roll. See the
It's
cameraman in the
see the
background.
cameraman
It does roll all the way to the right there.
Wow.
The kind of fist pump of frustration.
And just trying to get it out.
Nothing there for Anni.
This back nine's been brutal for them.
That does sit, I believe, on top of the highest level.
Ooh.
I was really thinking that was about to roll away again. Thankfully, it doesn't. If we get to Eveliina's drive, just laying up. Knowing she's got another round to play. 1-stroke lead. Yeah, par's most common score here.
And you can see the difference between the two that keep battling and then the rest of the field.
Yeah. I'm excited to check in with this leaderboard and see, the battles that are happening in the top 10. I'm sure there's so many.
I don't think there's going to probably be any much of a difference, too much strokes between.
Yeah. We'll check in here in a second, but first let's check in
with our
with
card.
Our card. Yeah.
+7 from Eveliina. Henna at +8.
Yeah, 1-stroke. I mean, going into the back nine, it was a little bit of a separation, but it definitely closed down. And as we predicted, some new faces. You have Olivia and Hayden coming back on moving day, shooting great rounds, +8, +10, not terrible, but moving down the leaderboard, it is still tight in those top spots.
It is.
Going into the final day, we're going to see a lot of players try to push. Let's check in with Anni here.
Mikä oli sun fiilikset tästä päivästä?
No, meni kyllä heikommin kuin eilen ekalla kierroksella, mutta siellä oli paljon hyvääkin. Ja just ihan nättejä putteja, varsinkin tuossa ykkösellä oli kiva OCP-putti heti alkuun. Siellä oli jotain sähläämistä vähän liikaa, että huomenna lähdetään ottaa niitä pois, mutta en mä tiedä. Ei sinänsä kauheasti sanottavaa, mutta parannettavaa on.
Sä tulit nyt ensimmäistä kertaa kans videoille.
Kyllä.
Mitkä fiilikset nyt? Jännittikö yhtään?
No tossa ykkösellä jännitti aika paljonkin, mutta kyllä se sit lähti siitä aika nopea itse asiassa pois. Et ei tossa lopussa niitä enää miettinyt. Sitten kun siinä tuli se live-kamera vielä mukaan, niin siinä tuli taas vähän jännitystä, mutta ei se ollut niin paha kuin mä ajattelin.
Onko huomiseen jotain erityistä?
No huomiseen vaan sellaiset lähdetään parantaa. Laitetaan putit vielä vähän paremmin. Ja pysytään väylällä, niin ei oteta lukua noin paljon. Ja toivottavasti ei oteta tommosia tuplia noin paljon kuin tänään.
Olisiko vielä jotain muuta, mitä haluaisit sanoa?
Ei kyllä oikeesti.
Yes. Hei, tsemppiä huomiseen.
Kiitos.
Be sure to like and subscribe here at Gatekeeper Media.
Last round coming up next.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It is a battle with the top two, and we're going to see a battle for that third podium spot as well.
Yes. Excited to see it.
Excited for it. My name is Mitch Phillips.
I'm Hayden Riccard.
We have been excited to join you on this round two. We'll see you for round 3, front 9 here in Tampere.